of Group B here in the group stage between Nigeria and Cameroon. The winner of this game, indeed, will directly book their tickets to the quarterfinals of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. Well, we've already seen here in Group B, Madagascar failing to get to the play-ins in order to get themselves a chance to qualify for the quarterfinals. Two-time defending champions winning in very late fashion due to one excellent performance from one Manawi, who finished with 33 points. But tonight, it's either going to be Nigeria or Cameroon that will go directly to the quarterfinals. Cape Verde currently leading against Rwanda in the second half. The final game of today will take place in Namibia as Cote d'Ivoire will take on the Congo DR. Well, there are your standings. Tunisia booking that final third position. They'll go to the play-ins, but who will join them in the play-ins? Will it be Cameroon or will it be Nigeria? As mentioned, you win today, you go directly to the quarterfinals. Josh Bett alongside former Nigeria head coach and 2015 FIBA AfroBasket champion, head coach Will Voigt. And coach, we're in for a very exciting show.
Well, two high-flying teams here. A lot of length and athleticism on display, and both these teams trying to get that statement win today, move on directly to the quarterfinals.
Well, Cameroon have had their times making it to the quarterfinals. There is Yves Missy, but yeah, you're talking about a team who you coached. There is the man who was your assistant coach when you won the FIBA AfroBasket Championship. It's almost completely two different styles. You got many of these Nigerian players in the mix of their pro careers, but coming out of very high NCAA programs. In the case of Josh Okogie, playing the NBA, but when we look at Cameroon, a lot of players, of course, playing high level of European basketball, most notably in the French Pro A.
Well, a lot of experience from both teams, a lot of firepower from both teams as well. So we saw both Jeremiah Hill and Josh Okogie there, both of them coming off of huge games. Josh Okogie, 33 points on 12 of 19 shooting against Tunisia, and Jeremiah Hill just taking over there at the end of that game. His team down 5 points to Madagascar, scoring 9 of his team's final 10 points in the last couple minutes to get the victory.
Interesting history between these two teams. Of course, the following AfroBasket in 2017, after you were champions with Nigeria, both Cameroon and Nigeria actually met in the quarterfinals. The Tigers obviously winning that game, and it's only fitting that this would be the game to see which team would directly go. There is Williams Nadas. Of course, it's been monumental, but you know, Jeremiah Hill is going to be obviously their key player in the backcourt. Head coach Alfred Aboya, of course, formerly of this national team, one of the greatest, if not the greatest center in the history of this country's time in the AfroBasket. But now we look at the Tigers. You see Caleb Agata coming out with Josh Okogie, but I think one area that they're going to be a surprise in this game is Akobundu, who's going to be a key influence. And there's your former player, but you got to think Nigeria fancy their chances, coach.
Well, they've got a lot of guys that can contribute. Obviously, it was the Josh Okogie show in their last game, but you know, Agata has been a steady scoring presence for them. You know, we saw Ike Nwamu there, another person with a lot of experience here at AfroBasket.
Well, Nwamu to be the last player to come out for the Tigers. And now, basketball fans, the best part of the day. We will stand, pay respect, and we kindly ask, if you're able to do so, to do the same for the national anthems of these two countries. National anthems of two beautiful countries, Nigeria and Cameroon, have been sung. As now you can see coaches from both teams and the players will meet, greet, pay each other respect, homage, and shake hands. Well, it's a fantastic moment, of course, the national anthems, exemplifying the true meaning of international basketball. But now we will introduce four very important people for tonight's game, and those are 3 referees and 1 commissioner and technical delegate for tonight's game. Well, we're very proud here at the FIBA AfroBasket to have 3 of the very finest referees who've done a magnificent job in all of our competitions. Tonight, they'll do a big one tonight here for sure. Arnold Masea from South Africa, Ruben Woolcock from Australia, and from Angola, we have Claudio Ueba. Our commissioner and technical delegate for this game is Antonio Celestino Sofrimento Manuel. Yves Missy, of course, didn't play in the game against Madagascar, but great to see him back here for Cameroon. As now we'll take a look at the starting lineups momentarily. But, Coach, his presence, along with Jeremiah Hill, this team has a lot to offer.
Well, no question, 2 high-level players there. Jeremiah Hill, one of the best scorers in France's top division. Of course, Yves Missy coming off of the all-rookie campaign he just had in New Orleans in the NBA, so a ton of talent for both teams.
Of course, other players like Beckham, who does play in the 2nd division of France, but there is Williams Nadas. Started out with Sloop Nancy 5 seasons, then went to Le Mans for 5 more years. And as of next year, well, he'll be heading to Jada Dijon, because he is a very interesting player. I mean, as you mentioned in the opening game, he's not necessarily known for his perimeter shooting, but he can make them when left wide open.
Well, he's knocked down the open ones, and that's been a huge addition for them. Typically looking to slash and post against smaller defenders. We saw Yves Missy there, and of course Alfred Aboya having this team poised to come out of the group as the first place team.
Well, we'll turn our attention to the Tigers. As mentioned, a country that has a lot of history here in the FIBA AfroBasket. But it's amazing to think, as great as they are, that man, along with you guys were a combo team in the backroom stuff with the head coaching staff, I should say. He was your assistant. And the only time they've won that championship, Coach, is 2015 when you were at the helm. And some of your players, in the case of Stan Okoye, but you got to think, Nigeria's got to keep on building that history here in the AfroBasket and within their basketball history.
Well, you're certainly right. With all the talent that has put that jersey on, you would expect that there had been more championships there. But they feel like they've got the team here at this tournament to add to that title.
Well, it was a disappointment for the Tigers in the last AfroBasket, but now it's about rewriting the drama. Let's go and listen to head coach Alfred Aboya.
Right? Now, us, we want to rebound and push the ball on offense, play together, play hungry, and with grit. All right? First play, we're going to discard our wheel right here, all right? Get home. Yeah, so Jeremiah, you're here. You're going to pass it to Jordan Bahi. You set the pick. All right? Be careful, Fabian, because your guy can go. Maybe you go there first. All right? There's a screen. Sprint.
Right here. So if KO don't have this pick, this pick and lob, he throw it to Zana throw it to him. It's going to be open. Let's trust it.
Hey, look for it. Let's set the tone. Let's set the tone. Let's work.
Start your defense. Sure. Go, fellas. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Defense.
Well, you just saw, of course, the official Tissot countdown to tip-off is underway, and a big thank you to Tissot, a magnificent and brilliant partnership with FIBA for many years.
Jordan screen. We got you open on the corner. All right, we got it. Come on. Horns down.
It's always great to go into the benches and hear what both coaches, whether it be tactical words or in the case of Alfred Aboya, I love what he said, be hungry.
Well, I think both teams know this is a big game. Cameroon trying to show that they're one of the best teams here. They're going to have to knock off a very tough Nigeria team. A lot of talent that they are bringing into this tournament. A lot of guys with AfroBasket experience.
Well, we talked about Yves Missy, Williams Nadas, and Jeremiah Hill. So Jordan Bailly, along with Fabien Ateba, will be in the starting lineup. So very interesting. Now let's take a look at the Tigers. Lakabunda will probably be their natural center. Akogi and Caleb Agata are going to be the key players. But we've seen great stuff so far from Talib Zana and Ike Nwamu. But the Tigers coach, You know they want to play fast. While for Cameroon, it's either going to go through Jeremiah Hill and, of course, Eve Missy. Well, welcome everybody live here in Luanda, Angola, the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket, the 31st edition of this magnificent championship. Agata being heavily defended, goes for a step back three. Akabundu unable to save that, so Cameroon will get it.
Tough shot there from Agata. He's been making tough shots in this tournament. Probably like to see more guys touching the ball there on that first play.
And here's a great matchup. Okogie defending Jeremiah Hill. Okogie possessing the physical strength, but Hill, of course, very talented. Pulls up from 15. Mid-range is up and easily tucks that one away.
This is going to be a great matchup. You see it's a cross matchup, though. Naras going to take the assignment on Okogie on the other end.
Okogie was cooking in the last game. Agata in the first. Dwamu turns this one over. Atiba comes up with it. And now Cameroon has numbers. Left wide open. Three is up. They shot well in their opening game. Not so brilliant in the second one, but if they can get that going, Coach, that will go in their favor.
Well, that's what he does. A little aggressive there. They had a 3-on-1, but he's looking to pull any chance he gets.
Well, Naras has a size advantage. It's going to go out of bounds. Naras just calmly looking at the referee to say there was a reach there, but like I said, that's not a turnover. Cameroon's baseline inbound. Finding Naras. This turning goes in. He'll go to the free throw line. What a big man. I would say, Coach, he's definitely becoming one of their natural go-to players.
Well, he's a tough matchup there. He went at their 4. Actually, normally he's playing with a 3 defending him, but you can see he's really skilled in those low post opportunities. He's able to seal smaller defenders often.
What would you say is his natural position?
Well, he's played the 3. That's been where he's played internationally. But you can see the size. He's able to slide over to the 4. Right now he's guarding Okogie at the 1, so a lot of versatility for Naras.
Nigeria still looking for their first field goal. Now under 10 here on the shot clock. Okogie kicks out. Good help side defense, but to no avail. Wow. For some reason I felt that hit the rim, but obviously not by Teba. Coach, that's a closeout.
Well, great defensive possession there. You can see they're trying to weak Okogie and pick and roll, so force him onto his left hand. Make him a distributor with that offhand, and great verticality at the rim from Naras.
Senegal off to a good start. Hill, here we go. Well, good defense by Akabundu. And now the Tigers want to run. Okogie hesitates. That's a kick out. Goes out of bounds, but Nigeria will retain.
Well, it's going to be tough to throw lobs on Akabundu. He gets up with the best of them.
See, Senegal don't want to give Nigeria too much respect from the perimeter. Good hands. No, a foul's going to be called. Missy just poorly timing that rebound because it fell into the hands of Akabundu, excuse me.
You can see Missy really caught off guard there. Naras, great job again of staying vertical, forcing the miss. Missy just allowing Akabundu to walk right in there for that offensive rebound.
Well, he's been fantastic so far here in the tournament, but he's got to be able to convert free throws. Big season for him next year as he heads to the Spanish ACB. He will be going to play with Baxi Manresa. He won everything in the backcourt with Jeremiah Hill. Now turns it over. Got a good defense. Here we go, and good night. Welcome to the FIBA AfroBasket. The Tigers putting on a showcase.
Well, Akabundu, I said it earlier, a high flyer. You throw it anywhere around the rim, he's going to go and get it.
Well, as soon as Agata came up with the steal, I just knew that was going to be the outcome. I mean, Coach, well, let's look at the foul. But right here, forcing that turnover. I mean, this is a case of it is inevitable. Why are you giving this one up? Again, good defense. This time, Nwamo coming up with it. Nigeria can't level things up. Nwamo finds a bit of separation. Now he can't make these, and he gives Nigeria a 1-point lead.
A big shot there from Nwamo. We've seen Cameroon in that deep drop, and again, Koji with the defense. Hill having some difficulties here with the ball pressure from Nigeria.
There's a Sela. Here's where they want to get Eve Missy into the game. Get the size advantage. Got to go up with it. Oh, it may have just, well, said size advantage. I think he reminded Akobundu on that play.
Well, Missy's a big guy. He's going to have size advantage on a lot of people. You see Cameroon going to the switching here and pick and roll.
Well, Koji, 3, fires. Hill comes up with it. Cameroon down by 1. Unnecessary turnovers have cost them, in which Nigeria's been able to convert them into points. Naras trying to bully his way, but again, another steal. The Tigers have numbers. Koji goes in, and Koji somehow, coach, some way, finishes with Eve Missy on him.
Well, that's a great finish there, using that slow step that Luka Doncic has made popular.
He goes for a quick 3. Offensive rebound by Bailly. Cameroon again. They'll try one more time. Still can't finish. This time a foul is going to be called against Nigeria, I believe.
It looks like they were holding Missy there, but Nigeria able to generate some points here with their pressure defense. Agata and Koji causing havoc there, forcing turnovers, getting out into the open court where they are dynamic.
And of course, this is where the size advantage would go in favor of Cameroon. 2 good looks there, they were unable to finish, but it's going to take a lot tonight to keep both Bailly. But, well, Houston, we have liftoff. Welcome to H-Town. I think he's going to look very good in the Rockets jersey next season.
No question, playing for another Nigerian there.
Now Hill crosses over. Can't just dribbling into traffic. Here come Nigeria. Agata for a quick 3. And a push in the back is going to be called. If this is on Eve Missy, well, yeah. Well, the Cameroonian fans, not exactly behind Cameroon's bench, but they are giving, right now, quite a very good atmosphere.
Yeah, they're into this game.
Akobundu finding Nwamo. Hesitation. Goes in. Did quite well to avoid the block, but Missy comes up with it. Mateba will go for a quick 3. And that is their first 3-pointer, leveling things up here in the first quarter.
Well, that is what Ateba wants to do, the captain of this team. And you see another highlight lob. He's going to be dangerous anytime he's rolling to the rim.
I mean, they made that look good. They made it look easy. Ateba made his last 3. Not going to get this one. Nigeria saves it. Koji going to the bucket, avoids the block, but again can't capitalize. Cameroon with an advantage here in transition. Ateba fakes it, goes in, finds Hill. Missy now wants to attack. Missy goes in. Are you kidding me? Bang bang time with Eve Missy of the Pelicans.
And we are seeing some highlight finishes early in this game so far.
Oh, great take by Nwamo. Missy doesn't want to pick up a second foul. Now Koji just defending Jeremiah Hill. Well, Missy fancies the isolation. Missy goes in, gets denied by Akobundu, and just has a few words for him. Now Zada will bump. He'll finish. Well, Gebeckim, he'll go for 3. Second 3 for Cameroon, and that will restore their confidence. Well, they're gonna call a blocking foul here on Quebec.
That was close. A lot of contact there.
Well, I'm just wondering. Quebec looked like he was. It looked like he was standing static, but it's just any kind of movement, coach, with your upper body. I don't know, a twist or something that can kind of change that. I mean, how does that go?
I thought he did a nice job. We'd have to see the replay here, but I thought he did a good job of anticipating the move. You know, Koji looking to cross over going left. I think he was definitely close, but Koji, big guy to try to take that contact from.
Well, the block was called indeed. Still a 1-point lead to the Tigers. 3:20 to go here in the first quarter. Remember, the winner of this game will indeed go directly to the quarterfinals. Nigeria bringing Nugent into the lineup. Okoji twisting. There's a kick out. They get a wide open look. Three is up. Well, Mekawolu's had a few looks. I believe that is his first three-pointer of the AfroBasket.
Well, great kick out there from Okoji. Continuing to be the primary facilitator here for this Nigeria national team.
So there's a take by Hill. There's a foul. So that will be his trip to the free throw line.
If you're both defenses, you see here the beautiful lob pass. But both defenses struggling to keep the ball out of the paint. These teams have had their issues with perimeter shooting. Got to see them be a little more compact, not let these ball handlers get into the paint, find these kickouts for open looks.
Well, head coach of Cameroon, Alfred Aboya, will call timeout. As it's currently a 4-point lead to Nigeria, but as you mentioned, both teams getting into each other's paints. But let's listen now to Coach Aboya.
Let's do within the play. If we want to get Eve the post, let's put Eve here. We have our post play. We put Jordan here. We have guy going, and the screen, we give him the ball here so there's nobody. All right? If we want to isolate him. But defensively, we got to respect the game plan. We weaken it, and we icing it. Weak and ice. And remember, they rebound the ball, they push in transition. We have to sprint back. 3 men, we have to stop the ball. We have the advantage inside. So let's continue even with one flow rip. All right? Get the ball here, go back and send. Even if you have to come here to get the ball, give him the ball right here. We can split action. All right? So let's get the ball inside here for him, or for him.
And next play, we're going to flow rip. Next play, flow rip. Come in. Go, let's go, guys. Let's go. Hey,
So let's get a stop right now.
You listen to that timeout from Coach Alfred Aboya, and you think some interesting words he said there, but I think the one area where they're going to maybe struggle in the paint tonight, Coach, is, you know, against that man. I mean, look at this play here. He offers a lot of rim protection for the Tigers.
Well, he's an elite athlete. Great block there, but you heard Coach Aboya talking about weakening and icing the pick and roll. He wants to put Okoji on his left hand and middle pick and roll, and then the side, keep it towards the sideline, not let him come back off. But Okoji's done a nice job of finding shooters when he's gotten downhill. You know, they might want to consider switching, make Okoji score off the dribble from the perimeter, maybe the one area where he hasn't been at his best so far in this tournament.
Jeremiah Hill cutting it down to a 2-point ball game. Akobundu going to the bench. Beckham trying to put Nugent under pressure. Nugent just dealing with the pressure. Osho also into the game here for Cameroon. Now he's got a matchup with Okoji. There's a kick out. Okoye goes baseline. Veterans play by your former player, Coach.
Yeah, we'll stay a nice little pump fake in the mid-range pull-up there. He's been really effective attacking from those corners.
Well, Jeremiah Hill nailing the third three-pointer for Cameroon, and you don't want to leave him wide open.
Well, just a communication breakdown. You got to match up to him in transition, know where he is.
Well, Mekawolu, who has struggled immensely from the three-point line, now picking, popping, and nailing triples.
Cameroon has struggled to defend pick and roll so far in this first quarter.
Koji putting his hands in the passing lane. Has numbers. And now making it their biggest lead at 6 points. Nice transition by the Tigers. Cameroon just making a lot of turnovers that are costing them, and Nigeria converting turnovers by 8. But they continue to make three-pointers.
They're shooting the ball well, but you're absolutely right. The pressure from Nigeria able to create a lot of points off these turnovers. Cameroon's got to be stronger with the ball here.
Well, Mekawolu, good defense by Missy, just getting his hand to it. 3-point deficit. Quebec finding Bae. Wants to post up here against Stanakoye. Bit of contact goes in, just can't finish. Good defense. Here's where Koji wants to take advantage. Another kick out. It's great passing. Mekawolu's been on fire, but now just cooling down. And Muji will try a 3. I like that offense though from Nigeria. They get a ball reversal. It's a good look for them.
Well, they got 2 good looks off of that.
Well, Missy, and there's another good look because once he gets in the paint, there's only going to be one outcome, Coach.
That's a great drop off there from Hill.
7 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Cameroon trailing by 1. Niger won one final good play before the end of the first quarter. It's been exciting action. Both teams battling for that spot in the quarterfinals. Niger trying to force his way in and has his way as he beats the shot clock. And as the referee called down 1.
Well, I don't know what he's signaling here, but it stops the clock, so.
Well, no, he hasn't.
Well, he did Cameroon a favor there. Give them an opportunity for a last-second shot. If I'm Nigeria, I'm not happy about that.
They have to work hard, but well, as you said, Cameroon have 3.8. Nigeria, Ugo Simon subbing into the game, so let's see some more pressure coming in. Missy's got to get it. Missy pump fakes. Good defense by Ugo Simon, and Nigeria will go into the quarter break with a 3-point lead. Well, there's some good 3-point shooting, but Missy right now playing very well, aggressive at the moment, but they do find themselves down in. Well, they have made 4 3-point field goals. Could that be a big difference in this game, Coach? And I think you've already said it, the difference in perimeter shooting.
Well, that's kept them in this game so far. It's going to be tricky. They have the size advantage, you know, but they also like to play fast. I think they've kind of been baited into getting into this up and down game that Nigeria wants to play. Might be better served keeping it in the half court, trying to pound the ball inside, and defensively they've got to figure out a way to stop this pick and roll of Nigeria.
Well, we'll take a look at the highlights from the first quarter momentarily. Nigeria leading by 3 against Cameroon. Well, Cameroon got off to a better start. Led by Jeremiah Hill early on. They had a 5-0 begin. But in Nigeria, through their defense, forcing some turnovers and converting a lot of those turnovers into transition pockets. And Williams Nadas, he's had some big moments in the early stages, but we haven't seen him yet as of far. But here's where it began. Agata throwing the lob. Ako Bundu delivering in midair.
Oh, you see the athleticism there, and great job pressuring the ball. Agata coming up with the steal. Koji was able to come up with some steals as well. And got a guy like Akabundo trailing. It's dangerous when anytime you get Nigeria in the open court. But for Cameroon, they got to figure out how they're going to take care of the ball. 8 turnovers right now has really fueled a lot of scoring opportunities. 10 points off of those turnovers. So if you're Cameroon, you got to be able to execute your offense without turning it over as much.
Well, use that QR code, scan it, download Courtside 1891 so you can get all the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. Courtside 1891, and also you can watch the warm-up games in anticipation ahead of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. Well, Quebec coming back on the floor. Mute as well subbing into the game for the first time. So Missy getting a bit of a breather here for Cameroon.
Well, here's where the front court depth potentially could play into Cameroon's favor. So interesting to see what their style of play is with this group. They've got Naras at the 4. They've elected to go smaller here to start this second quarter.
Well, that boy also subbing into the game for the first time. Show retaining his position here on the floor. That's the key thing. You want to relieve a lot of minutes for rest, where you can, of course, for Jeremiah Hill and Eve Missy.
I think probably the thinking of Coach Aboya trying to go to some switching maybe on the defensive end. They've had a hard time with the pick and roll game in Nigeria. Going with a little bit of smaller lineup here.
Quebec will inbound this. Cameroon down by 3 points here in the first possession. Well, they want to find Mute, but Okoye just showing that veteran defense. Quebec finds Naras. One extra pass. Show goes baseline, but he steps out of bounds. Good defense by the Tigers.
Another turnover here from Cameroon. Just got to figure out how to get shots.
And Okoye, wow. Very uncanny mistake, but I think the pass was quite tough for Onuga.
I think it really started with the inbound pass, caught off guard from the pressure of Cameroon.
Both teams will exhibit very tough defense against one another. It's how they manage that pressure. Quebec up against Mekawolu. Finds Naras. He's got to shoot this one. And that's going to be oh no, they come up with it. Mekawolu. The foul is going to be called against Quebec, but coach, disappointingly, nobody telling Naras that there was seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, that should be their 10th turnover now. Cameroon, outside of a really hot shooting start to this game, they're lucky they're not down by a lot.
Onuga going to the bench. It's Ugo Simon, Caleb Agata currently in the lineup here for the Tigers. Jeremiah Hill back in as well. They need something, some stability in the backcourt.
Well, interesting here. We'll I guess to see Agata playing the point. That's something new we haven't seen in this tournament yet.
Now that's trying to stand strong. Nice post move. Igbanu. I think we've seen the two small reactions on both ends from both Cameroonian players and Nigerian as well.
Well, they know what's at stake, and you see Hill back in the game. Only 1 minute of rest there.
Hill off the bench, quick three. Can't get it. Smaller lineup, unable to battle for offensive boards. Mekawolu again coming up to the screen with Agata. But Igbanu feels he's got a mismatch. Oh, you leave Agata wide open, and he'll make you pay, coach. Did they not read the scouting report?
Yeah, you got to close out a little bit harder there to Agata. They got caught between a matchup they didn't like there with that switching, and really still no answer yet to this Nigerian offense.
Well, Hill looking to attack, nowhere to go. Finds Naras. Against time winding down. It's a mid-range off in time, but no Missy, no Bae. Where are the offensive rebounds going to come from for Cameroon?
Well, that's it. It's been interesting. Cameroon trying to match the quickness and athleticism of Nigeria. But perhaps the advantage is the size. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Aboya goes with a bigger lineup at some point in this game.
5th three of the game for Cameroon. Lions right now, and as you said, Coach, the one thing keeping them in this game.
Well, Mute, big three there, and yeah, they're shooting the ball great from the three. Just trying to hang in there right now. The ball pressure of Nigeria forcing a lot of turnovers. It's been hard for Cameroon to even find shot attempts.
Well, they have to switch. Another kick out. There goes Simon. Not sure what happened there, but Agata may have just taken a bump. Let's have a look here. Watch Agata's penetration. Watch Mute. It's just an unfortunate coming together. Well, we have the presidents of both federations of Cameroon and Nigeria actually sitting quite close to each other. They're having friendly conversations before the game, but now you know, Coach, it's all business.
Well, a lot of people here not only the president of the federations, but we have the president of FIBA Africa also in attendance. Amadou Fall also here, president of the BAL. So a lot of important people coming to check out this game.
Oh, again, it's the same story. Cameroon turned it over. Nigeria convert into fast break points. And again, it's a 7-point lead to the Tigers.
Well, the turnover is a huge issue.
Hill goes to the bucket. Just can't finish. Nadas battles. The second chances they need, but still they can't convert. Oh. Two players diving on the floor, both Ugo Simon and Jeremiah Hill. Possession arrow going in favor, I believe. It says Nigeria, but I think Nigeria will get it back.
See these guys battling for the ball there, and once again, Nigeria getting out in transition. If you're Cameroon, they've had such a hard time containing on the perimeter. It'll be interesting to see if perhaps they go a different route, try to put a lot of size on the floor, potentially even show some zone, keep it compact and live with whatever they do on the perimeter. Right now, Nigeria having their way at the rim.
Jeremiah Hill may have felt that he was impeded before the jump ball was called, but the Tigers bringing back in Akubundu into the lineup. He's going to match up here with Ebois. There's a ball screen. Kick out. Mekawolu's made 2 threes. And coach, well, great shooters. They're always going to shoot, but that's not necessarily what he was known for last season in the B-League. But he's on fire right now.
Well, he's a pick and pop big, so definitely he's going to look to shoot him any chance he gets, but they're knocking them down, and Cameroon really struggling to figure out how to stop this pick and roll. Saw that time with the hard hedge.
Hill attacks the gap, pulls up, mid-range, can't get it. Watt trying to grab it, but great work by Akubundu. Nigeria looking to extend their lead. Sequoia now slips the defense. Simon, he's left wide open, and Nigeria cooking from downtown.
I think Cameroon needs a timeout here.
Coach Aboya getting ready to sub back in Eve Missy. Now Nadas. Again, it's just turnover after turnover. Agata. Tries to go himself, but a foul's going to be called. So he'll go to the free throw line to pile on more misery for Cameroon.
Well, the ball pressure of Nigeria really giving Cameroon problems, and then on the other end of the floor, they've had no answer for this Nigerian offense.
Well, a timeout's going to be called. Coach Aboya chance to talk it over. There's a kick out. Ugo Simon left wide open. Well, we'll head down to the bench because Cameroon's got to figure something out on both ends, the defense and the offense.
Actually, no. Say at the 4. I get now. That's 1 time. Guys, hey, stay together. Hey, it's 1 half. What you guys fuck about? It's 1 half. So you guys are not understanding the game plan. They scored in transition. We said transition was a priority. On transition. Why? Because we go 1-on-1 and we turn the ball over. We say we have to take off the ball. Stick to the game plan. Stick to the game plan. All right? Offensively, we don't need to do crazy things. Let's do one thing. One thing with this group. Fabien, you be here. You'll be here. All right? You'll be here, Roger. T is here. All right? Actually,
Well, great game so far for Christian Mekawolu. Everything coming from downtown. He's 3 out of 4 from the perimeter. And as you said, Coach, pick, pop, spot up.
Yeah, I mean, really simple stuff from Nigeria. They're able to get these open looks just off a basic ball screen. Cameroon's had a hard time handling all of that, and the turnovers, you heard Coach Aboya addressing 18-0 points off of turnovers in favor of Nigeria right now.
It was Nigeria in the first quarter at 16 points in the paint, only 8 for Cameroon, but that could change as Eve Missy is back in the lineup. Also Ateba coming back in as well. Ghana just missing the first free throw. Velasco into the bench. It's quite a frustrating second quarter for him. Well, got to miss them both. Cameroon failed to take care of the rebound. It goes out of bounds. And Nigeria, coach, they'll get it back. It's just becoming frustrating here for the Lions.
Well, nothing going their way. Finally get Nigeria to miss a couple shots, can't come up with the rebound, and they're doing all this with Okoji on the bench right now. So if you're Nigeria, you got to feel great about the situation you're in. For Cameroon, just got to figure out a way to change the tone of this game. Maybe come out with a zone, figure out something offensively you can do that's going to get you a quality look, but nothing really going their way so far.
Well, 5:16 to go here in the second quarter. Remember, the winner of this game, what's at stake? A direct route to the quarterfinals. If you lose it, you got to go into the play-ins. Agata goes for another three. Akabundu just causing problems for Yves Missy. Agata's got a little time. He's got to make his magic work quickly. Finds Akabundu, nice pass. Oh, gets his own rebound almost, goes out of bounds. Well, almost sure that came off of Yves Missy, coach.
It definitely did. I think we're going to have this overruled. And again, when Cameroon can force a stop, they're unable to get the rebound, but it's been pick and roll. They're trying to switch now, but Akabundu really unchecked as he went to the rim.
Akabundu defended by Missy. They want to put it in Agata's hands. Here's another kick out. Mekawolu finds Okoye, gets a three off the time, and again, it is raining three-pointers from the Tigers. They are on fire.
Well, they are clicking offensively. Great ball movement there. The extra pass to Okoye, and he knocks down the three.
Well, Missy wants to play isolation against Akabundu. Not going for the pump fake, but it doesn't matter. But still Nigeria lead.
I think Missy needs to check the scoreboard before he's hitting him with the too small.
Well, they come up with it. Ateba gonna hang in the air. And he gets that one to drop.
Well, he made that difficult. Credit Simon for sprinting back, getting a good contest there.
Well, 12 points, still the advantage. That's a mid-range by Agata. Simply automatic.
And Cameroon's just got to figure out something. Unable to stop this offense right now. Everybody clicking for Nigeria.
Well, Taylor's made 1-3 in the corner. That is now number 6. And coach, if anything is going to keep them within distance, you said it, it's that three-point shooting.
Well, honestly, they're fortunate to not be down more. I mean, they've shot really well from three, but not much going their way defensively.
Well, here's the man who's made 3 threes, and now he has made a 4th one. Christian Chef Mekawolu.
He's rolling. I want to think twice about subbing him out right now.
A triple change for the Tigers coming in. You're right, coach. If he's cooking, now Mute. He's made 1. Not gonna get that one. Show comes up with it. Show a little Euro step. Hill, wide open. 3, number 7. Oh, baby! Cookout tonight. And even El Khatani's loving it. Maybe.
Well, these teams are definitely shooting the ball well. For Cameroon, it's been the turnovers and the defense. It's been a real struggle.
Another foul. If that's on Missy. That's foul number 2. It's amazing to think that he didn't go through the traditional NCAA route. He actually played at the University of Ottawa, but timeout's going to be called. 2:43 to go here in the second quarter. Although it is an 11-point lead to the Tigers. Coach, we are having a 3-point contest right now between these two.
Well, both teams really rolling offensively right now.
He ain't missing that motherfucker.
Hey, look, if we tipping it out, tip it all the way out here.
We have a little breakdown on defense. That guy, number 23 or 33, you got to stay attached to him. You can't help too deep, all right? And if you go to help, he get the ball, you got to close out hard. We want to make him a driver, okay? Hey, offensively, we're doing great. Let's just keep moving the ball, all right? Look for a wide open shot. Pass up a good shot for a greater shot, all right? Okay? Intensity, guys, intensity. Let's stay consistent, consistent. Let's go.
Let's keep working on defense. Defense on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Defense. We can't trade basket. Don't trade basket. When we score, we got to make stuff. Don't trade basket.
Well, fans, you just saw in the bottom left corner a QR code for Courtside 1891. And make sure you download Courtside 1891, where you can get all the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and also watch the warm-up games ahead of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. Courtside 1891, download it today. Well, it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Caleb Agata, who's been fantastic as usual, and kind of start to think one night it could be his night, it could be Josh Okogie's, or Coach, could be both.
Well, right now they haven't really needed either of them. The three-point shooting, especially from the bench. Akawolu coming in, hitting 3 for 4 from 3, and really everything clicking right now for Nigeria.
Agata has had some inconsistencies from the free throw line. If he does make this, he will make it a 12-point lead. Because 21 of Cameroon's 38 points have come from the three-point line. If that is what's going to keep them in it, well, they've got to create high percentage looks. Hill, screen here with Missy. There's the lob, and there's the connection. And Missy.
Well, that's a great pass there. Hard to get it over Akabondo, but Hill put it right on the money there for Missy.
Just a patiently executed pick and roll. Akabondo may have just got away with a bit of a nudge there on the screen, but Agata's made a few. Not going to get this one. Agata comes up with it. Now Nwamu, he'll fire a 3, hand his face. Fall into Agata. Well, you had Missy there. Cameroon probably very disappointed to give away those second chance points.
Well, even when they come up with stops, they've struggled to come up with the rebounds.
Again, they want to go to the ball screen. Missy hesitates. Kicks out, and a tough pass by 8. Missy will take accountability for that turnover.
Yeah, just a little too much there. We see the beautiful lob from Hill.
They make that look so simple. Well, Okogie now will try to force his way in, and Okogie unstoppable. And you would think, Coach, in the last game where he had over 30 points, you would probably anticipate there's going to be a help side defender.
You know, they're trying to weak these pick and rolls, get him on his left hand, but he seems more than capable of delivering, going to that left. So we've seen him with finishes, we've seen him with kickouts. I think Cameron's got to think of something else, maybe to aggressively hedge off these ball screens, maybe go to some zone, but a nice take there from Okogie.
I'm not quite sure what Jeremiah Hill's upset about. He's at the free throw line. Missy just trying to calm him down, but there's 1:20 to go. Cameroon's got to try to do their best to get this into single digits.
You know, what he's frustrated at is Nigeria's 54 points. So, you know, spilling over there, a little conversation with the refs, but you know, if you're Hill, you've got to rally these guys. You're still in this game because of your hot three-point shooting. I like this here. We got the zone pressure. Let's see if they fall back to a zone.
Okogie now, down the middle, kicks out. They'll go for another 3. And the follow-up, where they forgot to box out Akobundu.
But again, they forced the miss and can't come up with the rebound. Akabondo flying in there from the top.
It's so predictable. You can see Agata, Coach, just dropping down, knowing that the post entry was there. And you know, if you're showed, why not go down the middle?
You know, I think they're trying to get Missy the ball here. He does have a size advantage, but not necessarily a go-to post scorer.
Foul's going to be committed. This one's going to be against Zana, I believe. Just under a minute to go now. Cameroon gets a good offense here. Given the time, it could be a potential 2-for-1 with 51.8, but Nigeria just want to keep on being strong here on defense. Seba. For a quick three. Offensive rebounding, falling to Bae. See Nigeria just making this very difficult for Cameroon. Hill. He's going to go himself. Trying to kick out. Have to put the three up. The three is up, no good. And Koji comes up with it. Koji going all the way. Koji, and somehow, some way, yet again, he defies the odds.
That was impressive. Not sure how he escaped the sideline there, and then the spin and finish. Incredible play there from Koji.
Final shot coming up. This is coming up for the screen. And Koji, that's not a bad foul. It's the final team foul for Nigeria. No more to give.
Well, you could hear the bench. They knew they had a foul to give there. Koji with 0 personal fouls. And you see the English there on the finish, but I mean, he dribbled 4 defenders just to get to that really impressive play there. And Koji's just been so good for this team, playing the point guard.
Ateba now has it. Final seconds. Ateba penetrates, goes in. So Cameroon have 1 second. They'll have it under their basket. So literally not a lot of time. You got to catch and shoot. You may have a time for a quick dribble. Missy lob goes in, and it just won't go. And it was right there, but Akabundu's presence making that tough. And at the end of the first half, Nigeria, probably with the highest scoring first half here in the AfroBasket, lead 58-41 against Cameroon. Coach, 8 3-pointers for Nigeria, 7 out of 13 for Cameroon. But yet, the Tigers find themselves up by 17.
Well, they've been really impressive both ends of the court. Their ball pressure wreaking havoc on Cameroon, forcing turnovers, getting out into the open court, and then on the offensive end, knocking down open threes. Everything clicking for Nigeria right now.
Well, the Tigers leading the rebound count 20-14. Both teams a combined total of 20 assists, but 13 turnovers. 1 too many at the moment, Coach, of Cameroon. And many of those turnovers have been converted into fast break points.
Well, it's 23-2 points off of turnovers in favor of Cameroon. So obviously the difference in the game right now.
Of course, he had 14 of those in the second quarter, but you kind of feel with Cameroon right now, it's just a mental battle. There's a lot of frustration. They've got to be able to take care of the basketball, but defensively, they've got to prevent, in all areas where Nigeria's been brilliant. The three-point shooting doesn't help them, but you've got to believe. Win tonight, Coach, you go to the quarterfinals.
Well, Nigeria is certainly making a statement in that first half, playing as well as any team we've seen so far in this tournament. And if you're Cameroon, you just got to figure out a way to get stops. I mean, they've really been clicking offensively when they didn't turn it over, shooting incredible percentage. So taking care of the ball and figuring out how to slow down this Nigerian offense is going to be paramount here during halftime.
Well, there's some plays with Caleb Agata. Christian Mekawolu has struggled from the three-point line. He's got 4 three-pointers tonight. What a game to catch fire, Coach.
Well, he really did. Knocking down some big threes. Great kick out there from Stan Okoye. But Nigeria, great job of moving the ball. Their ball handlers are able to break down the initial defender, kicking it out, making the right reads.
Well, here was the alley-oop play, the pick-and-roll sequence with Yves Missy. Jeremiah Hill with the dime. Because they're finding it tough to get this set action because of the intense defense from the Tigers. And while Cameroon came out the better of these two teams, you just see right now everything clicking into place, I should say, but Akabundu, well, you got to put a body on him. Well, fans, it's halftime. We'll be back in just over 12 minutes. This is the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket.
They're in for a showdown here tonight. Let's get this party started. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovich, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. Waiting time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me!
Get in transition. That goes in. It's denied. I mean, he knew the defense was coming. He threw that up, and I don't think he knew it was going in.
Well, that free throw trip a lot better for them. They'll be a little bit happier. There's a pass. Silla's blocked.
Good hands-on defense by Koulibaly, and now Kanute behind the back goes in. And good night. Molly playing a bit of showtime here at the AfroBasket. The behind-the-back dive coming for Kanute. Are you kidding me, Coach?
Gotcha. Trapped. Gets the pass to McCullum. Oh, wow. That is just great defense on the cover. Might be a 5-out lineup.
Yeah, I mean, he went to the bench with 2 fouls.
To Dow. Oh, wow, wow, wow. What a shot to open up the second half.
I mean, that's the way you want to start this third quarter, by lighting it up on the three-point line and shooting with depth.
Turns, oh wow, what a fantastic move. Footwork, superb, finish, even better. Ball is stolen. Kita to Jallo, that's the spot he hit from earlier. Ball movement superb, and that is a highlight play for the team.
Oh my goodness, we saw a nutmeg from Kanute and then a throwdown. And Coach, sorry to cut you off. We don't ever see nutmegs like that in the game of basketball.
Now, out on the break is Lucchini, chased down by Majok. Excellent work.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in Luanda, Angola. It's currently the final game of Group B, and it's between the 2 top teams, Cameroon and Nigeria. Currently a 17-point lead to the champions of 2015. Josh Bett alongside former Nigeria head coach and FIBA AfroBasket champion Will Voigt. Coach, Cameroon have 7 three-point field goals. They have 13 turnovers, and they find themselves down heavily against this very talented team.
Well, you said it. It's still an amazing performance from the three-point line, but the turnovers and the defense really hurting them.
Well, as we mentioned, the three-point shooting has been very great tonight. 15 combined three-pointers between both of them. Well, at the moment here for Cameroon, led by Jeremiah Hill with 11. Even Missy does have 10. And, of course, Fabien Ateba, their captain, with 8 points. But, yeah, they got to stop turning the ball over. Coach, I almost feel like watching them. They're just way too casual at the moment in the backcourt.
Well, it's the ball pressure of Nigeria. You got to give them credit. They really climbed in, been disruptive, forced a lot of turnovers there, but you got to find something to puncture this pressure. So right now, leaving it up to the guards of Cameroon, maybe there are ways for their bigs to flash, try to get it to them, play some get games, play some cutting games, but for right now, really no answer for Cameroon.
Christian Mekawolu, of course, last season played in the Japanese B-League with the Akita Northern Happy Nets. Right now, 4 converted three-pointers. He's got 12 points. And it's great to see him making them because, he's, as you said, Coach, he is a pick-and-pop three-point shooter, but he has struggled in the first 2 games here in the group.
Well, he is not struggling now. I mean, huge minutes off the bench, 4 for 5 from 3, all of them really good looks. And that's been the Nigerian offense. They're able to break down the initial defender, whether with pick and roll or just one-on-one, and really sharing the ball well. So if you're Cameroon, you got to figure out a way to keep these guys out on the perimeter with the dribble. See if they can make shots off the dribble. Right now, they're really getting anything they want.
Well, we're live here in Luanda, Angola. Of course, we've seen some exciting games. Remember, in all the groups, group play will finish tonight, in which top teams of all the groups will go automatically to the quarterfinals, while positions 2 and 3 will head to the play-ins or round of 16, however you like to call it, in which they'll have to play an extra game to find out who will join the top 4 teams in the quarterfinals. Well, this is the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket, the 31st edition. We had an exciting game already in which we saw the 2-time defending champions Tunisia win against Madagascar. Coach, I got to tell you, where was Malnawi in the first 2 games? Because tonight, he put on an absolute showcase. 6 out of 9 from the three-point line.
He was incredible. 16 points in the 4th quarter alone. 24 for the second half. And, he's a dynamic scorer, had been struggling in their first 2 games. And I think if you're Tunisia, finally seeing the ball go in the basket, hopefully this is something they can carry forward into the knockout stage.
Well, it's going to be more exciting basketball. Remember, the other 2 groups in the Namib, they are finishing their games, and what a great rematch we saw last night between South Sudan and Angola. There wasn't a single empty seat in the city of Namib.
Yeah, exciting game there, going down to the stretch. Great three-point look there at the buzzer, so a chance for them to win.
Well, there you can see the stats. Nigeria 24 field goals in total here from the field. You said it, Coach. I mean, Nigeria's defense really has predicated everything because, as we mentioned, the amount of transition buckets they had from turnovers was monumental. You kind of think, you look at this team, well, if they play like this throughout the rest of the tournament, who knows? Maybe that second FIBA AfroBasket championship can become a reality for the Tigers.
Well, 21-2 advantage, points off turnovers for Nigeria, so their ball pressure has really been causing issues. And we see Mekawolu there, as you mentioned, hadn't made a 3 in this tournament coming into this game, 4 for 5 there in the first half. So kind of everything going their way. For Cameroon, you got to figure out something, get a little momentum here, just try to chip away slowly at this, but defensively, they really haven't come up with an answer for this Nigerian offense.
Well, for Cameroon, as we said, they have shot very well from the three-point line, 50%. They made 11 out of 39 in their opening game, 29, out of their opening game. But so far, only 8 out of 17. 2 players in double figures, Eve Missy and Jeremiah Hill. But it's the turnovers, 13 too many. You look at this team, they have what it takes. But if you're going to play against the best, you've got to be at your best.
Well, no question. Nigeria 14 more possessions in that first half. So when you factor the advantages on offensive rebounds and turnovers, so it's going to be really hard, especially the way they're shooting it, to have a chance like that. So if you're Cameroon, you just got to be solid here. Eliminate the turnovers, eliminate the offensive rebounds. You got to assume at some point Nigeria will cool down a little bit from the perimeter. Just slowly work your way back into this game.
Well, everything's got to run through him in the backcourt. He's one of the best PGs you're going to find here at the FIBA AfroBasket. With 17 points, those fans, no doubt, they'll believe and they'll continue to cheer. They've made an absolutely monumental atmosphere. And we've seen many countries here, bring their fans to Luanda. The Senegalese fans, they always come in. They're very passionate. We've seen from the Egyptian fans. So it's going to be, well, when Angola come back, Coach, you have a monumental record. You've never lost a game in this arena when you coach. But let's listen now to what the Nigerian coaching staff has to say.
Swing it to Zana. Zana, you said to stay here, Caleb. I you did. Go down him. It's pretty much, if he comes up, if he gets the shot, he's there. But if it's not, you come like you coming to get a handoff from Zana. He's not going to give it to you. You going. Now, Zana, you turn around, do a two-man game with Caleb. Now you already here now. Ike is here. I want KO to stay in the corner right here. You already here. If they help, live it. If they don't, we got a shot here. We got a shot here. I want that two-man game right here on the dribble handoff.
Okay. We crash three.
Let's work.
Let's
work.
Okay?
Let's work.
Let's send two back.
Here we go. Niger on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Niger.
Let's go. Let's work. Let's work.
5 down.
Get that work, baby.
Let's get it. That's really what they get.
Come on, boy.
Let's go right now.
Finish the rebound. Finish the rebound.
Rebound and push it. Come on.
Come in.
Good. Let's go, Grace. Come on. What we got on offense? Hey, what we got on offense? Yo, what we got on offense? Yeah, so we made a 3, right, Roger?
Well, you heard there from Alfred Aboya. Simple. Let's go. Basketball fans, scan that QR code and download the Courtside 1891 app, where you can get the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and also watch the warm-up games ahead of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. QR code, Courtside 1891. Scan it, download it today. I like that from Coach Aboya. Just simple words at the end. Let's go. That's what he wants from his players.
Well, it's going to take more than just effort. They've got to come up with a strategy defensively, see how to slow down this offense.
Missy down the middle, caught in a double team. This is good rotation by Nigeria. Hill trying to find some separation, but draws a foul here against Caleb Agata. That's going to be Agata's second personal foul.
Yeah, maybe a little hand there, but they were letting a lot of that go in the first half. Maybe that is the answer for the turnovers if the referees start calling it a little tighter.
Now Naras trying to bully his way in. By A3 in the corner, not going to go. Missed the offensive board, avoids the block and finishes. And he has that size advantage against Akabundu.
Well, that is Cameroon's advantage. So, you know, especially with this starting lineup, the front court definitely can take advantage of the lack of size for Nigeria.
What kind of zone are we seeing now from Cameroon, Coach?
We see them in the 2-3, and I like it. You know, really struggled with their man-to-man.
There's a quick three, and again, well, Agata, lights out, on fire.
Well, big shot from Agata, but if you're Cameroon, I don't think you can hang your head there. And they forced him to a late clock shot. I think you got to go with something different. The man wasn't working, so I like the move there. Hopefully they stay with it a little bit. Let's see if it works for them.
Oh, again, tough shot by Ateba, just rattling his way out. Cameroon comes up with it. Missy again. And that's going to be a jump ball called, so the Tigers will get it back. Great work by Agata.
Yeah, really nice job there. Sticking his hand in, tying Missy up. Let's see if they go back to that zone.
It's interesting. They got Jeremiah Hill at the back of it, or is it a 1-3-1?
It's a 1-3-1 with Hill at the back end of that.
I've seen that before. Why would you put your backcourt player at the back?
Well, that's it's actually pretty common. So you've got the guard that's got to cover corner to corner. You need somebody with mobility that can cover a lot of ground.
Well, good look by Nwamu, unable to finish. Missy kicks out. Oh, excuse me. Jeremiah Hill kicks out. Missy puts the ball on the floor. Little step through, goes in. No, sir, said Akabundu. Well, he's feeling confidence, blocking the man from the New Orleans Pelicans.
Tremendous block there from Akabundu, and that is size and athleticism going head to head.
Ateba has to go for a tough contested shot. That's way off the mark. Boy, I felt there was a bit of contact, but nothing given thus yet. Koji just calmly goes in, kicks out to Nwamu, and that is three-pointer number 10 for the Tigers.
And it's hard to fall back into that 1-3-1. They had players in different positions there, and nice job of Nigeria just moving the ball, finding a wide open corner three.
Now they have the switch. Agata is matched up by a pump fakes. Tries to force his way in. Good hands. Still got it. Got to shoot it. Gets it off in time. That's a little too short. The Tigers defense suffocating.
Well, it's a great defensive possession there. Just the activity level of Nigeria has been tremendous this entire game.
Well, the shot was definitely after the foul, so it's on the ground.
Yeah, he just taking a foul there, trying to stop the transition break. Let's see, looks like they're going back to the man, so 1-3-1 did not last for long. They're still searching for answers defensively.
There's another kick out. That's not giving Nwamu any time. Akabundu looking to give it up. Avoiding the backcourt violation, but Cameroon, that's unfortunate for them.
Well, that shouldn't be a reset. I don't think he had possession of that ball.
I think that's what a boy is asking to the official now. That may change it. Can't remember how much time was on the clock, though.
Not much. So the referee's conferring here.
They're still discussing right now, so I'm not quite sure they're aware either. So
looks like they're keeping it. So I guess they felt he had possession of that. That's an unlucky break, but it's in the front court, so at the very least it should be, if they got 23 here, it should be 13.
Just over 3 minutes played here in the third quarter. Now the officials are just discussing with the table. This could change. Of course, this is the final group game. The final group game will be taking place just shortly later in Namibia. Find out which teams will be going directly to the quarterfinals and also be heading to the play-ins. Alfred Aboya, head coach of Cameroon right now, probably thinking this team have a lot to work on. They're very talented. They're a very good team, to say the least. But, well, Nigeria coach, they've just been better. That's the truth of it.
Well, Nigeria's been tremendous. Well, you see, it's corrected to 6. And now they're going back over again. I don't know what the second whistle was there for, but maybe this is what Cameroon needs, something that's going to slow down this Nigeria team, take some of the energy out of their offense.
Well, the Koji twist turn goes in. He's fouled. 1.6 was left, and, when in doubt, just give it to Koji. He'll just go to work.
Well, this notion that he's not able to do anything going left. I mean, he spun to his left hand there, but in general, he has really been hurting them off the bounce. I think if you're Cameroon, you got to hope, if he's going to beat you, it's got to be off the dribble from the perimeter. Certainly he was knocking down catch-and-shoot threes the other game, but he's getting into this paint and wreaking havoc on their defense.
Because he was very calm in his first game. He was quite happy to let Caleb Agata, run the show. But in the second game, Koji's one of those kind of players, could just turn it on and off whenever he wants almost.
Well, great players can do that in big moments. I've just been really impressed, his point guard skills. So obviously plays a much different role in the NBA. But he has been a really dynamic playmaker for this team, handling pressure, making the right decisions, consistently getting into the paint, finding kickouts. He's been a huge part of their success so far in this tournament.
I'm not quite sure what's happened now. I think there's a Shazaro over at the table just discussing maybe an issue with the shot clock. I'm not quite sure. We will keep you updated But as it stands, Nigeria currently lead by 22 points against Cameroon. Well, the Cameroonian fans behind us to our right still trying to find their voices. They've been magnificent. They're going to have to try to give their national team just a further bit more extrinsic motivation. As mentioned, it's a 22-point deficit now. The free throw was made. It says 21 on the screen to all the viewers, but currently here it says 22. So we're just trying to figure out what the current situation is. Well, I'll show you some highlights here. It was a three-pointer by Nwamu. The assist coming from Akoji. Now you talk about, Coach, the point guard skills, the facilitation by Akoji, identifying the wide open look.
Just too easy, able to dribble right through that seam there, find a easy corner kick out there for Nwamu. Nwamu knocking it down. So interesting that they went with the 1-3-1. We have not seen that from them in this tournament. They've switched back to the man, but Coach Aboya just trying anything right now to try to slow down this offense.
Akoji converts a three-point play, extending Nigeria's lead. 23-point cushion currently for the Tigers. Because Cameroon just need to get into a set. Here comes the ball screen from Missy. Quebeco. Pass to Naras. Final seconds, goes baseline. And again, get it rejected by Akabundu, and a foul is going to be picked up. But right now, Akabundu is just the wall of Niger. Nothing gets past him inside the paint, Coach.
He's been unbelievable. Big block there. Naras thinking he had something at the rim. Akabundu thinking elsewise, but for Cameroon, just nothing going for them at all. Got to figure out a way here. Find a little bit of momentum. You can see the body language. Definitely not good here.
You've got to play hard now. Well, an elbow's going to go to the head of Quebeco. Kabundu trying to go for a handoff, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
See it here, just a little high. Ooh.
Actually, well.
He didn't really argue it a whole lot, but oh, I need to see that one again.
Well, play continues. Tough one indeed. Quebeco went to the bench a while ago. Missy goes in, avoids the block this time, finishes, and they need him to be more aggressive.
Well, that's a great finish out of the short roll for Missy.
They've got to keep scoring. Bucket cuts it down to 21. Akoji. This is Houston Rockets versus Pelicans. There's a kick out. Okoye 3. Make it number 11. Did Tigers cannot miss, Coach.
So that's where they have to be more disciplined. So they went to the switching there. They get Akoji in the isolation, but then Akoji able to beat his man off the dribble, and beautiful kick out there to Okoye.
Okoye, the veteran, now up against Quebeco. Nadas had the three-pointer, didn't go for it. Now wants to ISO, but it's a 24-second violation. And Coach, I hate to say it, but Cameroon, they've lost their confidence.
They really have. No answers. You see Missy there with a nice finish, but defensively, they just haven't really found any solution right now. I like the switching, but once you get Missy on Akoji, I think you got to understand where his strengths lie. And, Akoji's been outstanding all game, finding kickouts, finishing when teams didn't rotate.
Akoji shaking. Yeah, just getting stripped there. Akabundu unable to finish. Show going into the defense. Ateba, 3 in transition. Just not going. Nigeria have numbers, but they'll slow this one down. Akabundu will kick out. They wanted a traveling violation, but nothing given. And Akoji has a bit of space. Three-pointer number 12. And we are just over halfway here in the third quarter. The Tigers continue to make it fly.
Well, Akoji's been phenomenal. And now a game and a half, picking up where he left off. just doing it all for this Nigeria national team.
Anything now, Gebetkin will try a three. Here comes Okoye, they have numbers. Finds Guamu, oh, saves it. Okoji, pump fakes. Goes in the lane and Houston Rockets, we have liftoff. H-Town, you better get ready for Josh Okoji. And the entire Tigers. Well, they said H-Town's clutch city. Right now, flying with Josh Okoji next season with the Houston Rockets.
Great save there from Nwamu. Pump fake from Okoji and just everyone getting out of the way. For Cameroon, you got to find some fight here. There's still a lot of time in this game, but Nigeria just dominant performance so far.
Well, the timeout called indeed. 29-point deficit. The confidence has been taken away, and big part of that's been down to this man. My word. Let's listen now to Coach Boya.
Hey. Oh no, we're gonna go now. Sami, you the go guy. You have the ball handle or whatever. We're trying to make him turn. Sami, you go. You're trying to get the steal. Push the ball in transition. Put pressure on the rim when you get there. Jump stop, shot fake. Get the ball out or score. Shot fake, shot fake. 2, he wants to block heavy balls.
Come on, Green, turn it up, man. Hey, turn it up, man. Come on.
Well, 15 points so far in the game from Josh Okoji. 6 assists, 4 away from a double-double. And it's almost a 30-point lead.
Well, he has been dominant. See the beautiful kick out there, and it's really been the story of this game. Okoji knocking down the catch-and-shoot 3, but he's been living in the paint. Just 1 3-pointer. Everything else has been in the paint, finishing for himself or finding kickouts to his teammates.
Well, Cameroon's got to start thinking, play for pride, play hard, play hungry. Missy's on the bench. Wise also back in the lineup. Gebetkin finding Jeremiah Hill. Shot clock again expiring. Good rotation, and it's another turnover. Here come the Tigers. Okoye, why not? You've made 12, and now you've made 13. This is incredible.
Everything clicking for Nigeria right now. Okoye with the pull-up 3. Everybody feeling good.
32-point lead to the Tigers. The foul is going to be called against Nuga. Let's look at the foul. Okoye just slightly hesitated, but hey, we're on fire. Just keep going. Haras still can't get it. Only 3 points here in, or 4 points, excuse me, in the second half so far for Cameroon. And right now, 19 in total here for the Tigers. Igbanu wants to force his way in, and he has his way.
No resistance from Cameroon. Everybody able to break their man down right now for Nigeria.
And that's the 8th 3 of the game for Cameroon. The first one in the second half. Getting it back down to a 31-point deficit.
And for Cameroon, you're shooting 47% from 3, and you look up and you're down 31 points. You see Igbanu here just going one-on-one, and that's been the story. Just nobody able to stop anybody from Nigeria. So Cameroon has tried a 1-3-1. They've tried some switching. They got to keep going to the well here until they figure out something that will cool down this Nigeria team.
Head coach Alfred Aboya wants his players to continue playing hard. Now you see Cameroon, they don't want to give any time or space. Nekawolu, pick. Switching on the pop and throwing it away. Gebetkin goes in, finishes. Now it's a 5-0 run for Cameroon.
Nice strong finish there from Beckham. You saw him put the left shoulder into Nwamu. Maybe that's it, just raise their physicality, raise their intensity. As you said, try to play with some pride here, chip away a little bit.
Like Banu again in the paint, but you know, that's a good play by Nigeria. But on the previous defensive play, they tried to go to the pick and pop with Mekawolu. There was a kind of a shift over. They weren't going to let him take that three, and that was probably the best defensive passage we saw from the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit more fight from them. And you see Hill has struggled, just kind of left on his own against this pressure. Nice shot there from Mute, knocking it down.
Coach, sorry to cut you off, but what team makes 9 3-pointers towards the end of a third quarter and trails by as many as Cameroon?
I think that just tells you what Nigeria's done to them offensively.
Well, forcing the steal. Hill comes up, made his last three. And that's an out-of-bounds violation as it does hit the top of the backboard. And I think Nigeria have seen enough. They're going to call timeout. They do lead substantially by 28, but maybe just a little bit too casual in the last few moments. But we'll head down to the Tigers bench. So far, a bit of a fight there. Mute getting 1 3, so did Jeremiah Hill. Well, anytime we'll have an open three like that would be in the warm-up. Well, we'll head down to Nigeria's bench. As mentioned, leading by 28.
Don't panic, all right? Just make a right read, okay? Make the right read, all right? Hey, what did we say about our defense? Yeah. Consistency, right? Yeah. We got to stay consistent. Game is not over yet, okay? Yeah. Don't panic every time they come to double team, all right? Let's just keep attacking the paint and get a clear shot, a good shot, all right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey, remember what we're playing for, yo. Yeah. We're trying to win this whole thing. So let's set the tone right now, even up 30. Set the tone. No wide open shots like that. No turnovers. Let's go.
Hey, focus on three. Focus on three. 1, 2, 3.
Focus. Let's go.
Play defense. I don't care if you don't make shot on offense, just play defense. Get that shit back.
Well, definitely a lot of pride there from Nigeria's players. Not, of course, happy with the wide open three-pointer they gave to Mute, but you got to love it. You're seeing your former player right now really showing leadership and still performing at a very high level.
Well, he's had a tremendous career, primarily playing in ACB Spain, so he knows how to play, knocking down shots throughout this tournament, a couple big ones here today.
Now some double teams coming. That's going to remain Nigeria ball. Now, is the boy going to go for the head coach's challenge?
I don't think he will here, but I like the adjustment, the run and jump at half court, something to just try to force these guys, play with some intensity, play with a little life here.
Iyaga's going to get called for a foul. It hasn't featured too much in the game tonight, but that's the final team foul for Cameroon to give away here in the third quarter. 1:04 left. Baseline possession to the Tigers. Akoji. Finds Banu. That's going to be a traveling violation. Things getting a little bit physical now. You can just see there in the backcourt between Quebec and Okoye, but Cameroon can try to get at least 2 good possessions before the beginning of the fourth quarter. Quebec. Mute defended by Mekawolu. Bumps in the lane, goes in, can't finish. Wow, he'll try to go in for the flush.
But I like this. The last couple of minutes, you've seen a lot better fight from Cameroon. I think the running and jumping has brought them to life a little bit, forced a couple turnovers out of that.
Banu now caught in a double team. Oh, forced a turnover, great defense. Cameroon can have the final play here. Here we go. Oh, wow, Mute. And that's unfortunate. And now Mekawolu can make it pay. And Mekawolu gets rejected. Oh no, they called a foul. Mekawolu took his time. Iyaga met him at the summit. But it will be 2 free throws to the Tigers.
Kind of wild sequence here. Mute can't come down with the lob, and now the other end, and his body actually got away with a travel before that. Just kind of sloppy finishes.
Let's have a look here.
Looks like a clean block to me.
That's tough. That is tough on Iyaga because he made the effort. Only just short on the free throw. So 11.6. Best he can do now, make it a 29-point lead. They miss them both. Now the foul is going to be called against Nigeria. Oh no. Again, it's going to be called on Iyaga.
Nothing going their way.
And a technical, a bench technical is going to be called against Cameroon. Well, there was a coming together on the box out, so until we see the replay, let's have a look here, Coach. Watch Iyaga and Igbanu.
Yeah, he clearly hooks him twice. You see why you're so upset, and I understand the officials here wanting to clean it up. A little chippy here in the last couple of minutes.
Koji makes the first free throw. So now Igbanu will go to the free throw line. Because we had that passage of about 2 minutes of great, or 3 minutes, you could say, much better play by Cameroon, but now just frustrating themselves. Now 10.4. Igbanu trying to extend this to a 31-point lead. It's the shooter's roll. Wide open, but Quebec trying to find Jeremiah Hill. Okoye putting all sorts of pressure. There's the foul. That one's on the ground. Wow. Well, this could be interesting, Coach. No basket they called. I think it's the right call, though, but I could be wrong.
No, I think it's definitely the right call. He's not in a shooting motion. Nigeria had a foul to give. Okoye, smart play, actually. Just trying to slow him down. Hill felt the contact, then went into a shooting motion.
Now, Aboya can call a head coach's challenge on this, can he? Or can he not?
You see the referees discussing that. I don't think there's really much to discuss. It's definitely on the floor.
Well, there's a signal. He's called for it, I guess.
He's going to challenge that.
Well, the crowd applauding, but it's just a head coach's challenge.
Right. We are here to review head coach challenge to review if act of shooting. Ball on the floor. Ball on the floor, foul in the act of shooting.
No, there is no act of shooting.
Okay, come. No act of shooting on that side. Yeah.
Well, the replay was very definitive. The foul was definitely made. I think you heard one of the referees say, a referee from Australia, Mr. Wilcox, saying there's no active shooting in the foul.
Yeah, that's the right call. If you're Coach Aboya, I mean, why not at this stage?
Final seconds. Hill again. One more time. Almost got it off the bank. While we head into the final 10 minutes. Nigeria leading by, well, things getting a little bit chippy between Sho and Igbanu, and the players just need to go to the benches. That's all they need to do. Temper's definitely flaring. But if it stays like this, it's a big mountain to climb. It would be Nigeria, Coach, that head to the quarterfinals.
Well, Nigeria has been tremendous so far in this game, just clicking on all cylinders.
Well, there are the stats at the moment. Nigeria leading the rebound count by 10 as well as the assists. Cameroon with 16 turnovers. But I think the big talking point has been the masterclass from the three-point line from the Tigers. They have been on fire, Coach.
Well, they really have, knocking down all these open looks, but it's come from excellent ball movement. So you see Missy with the tough finish, but Okogie especially getting into the paint, finding kickouts. It's really the lone tough one off the dribble. All these other ones, rhythm shots.
Well, that's a tough one as well, but you gotta think there were passages where Cameroon has played some not so great defense, but in cases they have played great defense, and Nigeria's still been able to make tough three-pointers. But Kabundu, Coach, nothing gets inside the paint when he's on duty.
Yeah, he's been tremendous. And you see there, I mean, just really easy for Okogie to penetrate that seam, finds the kick out to the corner.
Onwamu, the captain of the Tigers, as mentioned, this magnificent basketball country have only one FIBA AfroBasket, and the man who coached them is the man sitting right next to me on the broadcast. And Coach, you got to think some great teams are in the AfroBasket: Angola, Egypt, Nigeria. Well, they're putting themselves in contention with this performance. And fans, if you love international basketball, use that QR code, scan it, download the Courtside 1891 app, where you can get all the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and also watch the warm-up games to the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see here, you know, how long does Coach Aboya go? We've got Hill, we've got Missy on the floor right now. The game's out of reach. Do you try to get some momentum, or are you just going to rest your guys, kind of flush this game, regroup, and get ready for the next round?
Ute goes back door, finds Missy, kicks out. Oh, they'll go for three. Not able to connect that time. Nakawole just able to, well, again, just need to calm down, because you can see things getting a little bit emotional between both teams. Well, there's a turnover. Hill comes up. Hill goes in, and Hill misses the layup. Goes out of bounds, but Cameroon will retain.
Well, that's been this game in a nutshell. A nice job there with the full court pressure on Okogie, forcing the turnover, but just unable to finish. And a great hustle there from Mbanu, getting back in the play, making it a difficult finish, sprinting to knock the ball out of bounds.
Just remember, the loser of this game will end up going to the play-ins. They'll have to play that extra game to try and get to the quarterfinals. Quebec, nice take, goes in. It just won't go in, but finally Missy able to tip it back.
Nice job of Missy there, staying with the play. And you see Cameroon continuing to fight here. They have full court pressure, bothering Nigeria.
Well, the 8-second violation, I believe that was. Of course, Missy now 16 points. Almost near a double-double, but you would expect that from him. Coach, 32 points in the paint so far this evening for Nigeria. Well, another timeout has been called. Cameroon just able to get the first 2 points to cut it down to 29, but the game just becoming a little bit sloppy here at the moment, Coach. Do you feel Nigeria maybe just a little bit too comfortable? Maybe just, I mean, I know when you're up this many, it's quite easy, but you want to finish it as strong as possible.
Well, you know, I think Cameroon found something there towards the end of the third quarter. They started to run and jump at half court. Now they've extended those traps into, you know, all the way into the full court. Been able to force some turnovers there. So, you know, definitely something, and something for opponents getting ready to play Nigeria to look at. But in terms of this game, I think the question for Coach Aboya, how long do you want to go, especially with Hill, you know, knowing that you're probably not going to come back and win this game. You know, right now it's really about regrouping, getting ready for that knockout stage.
Well, as always, a very solid game from Caleb Agata. Got it so far, 13 points, 4 rebounds, and you saw that 5 steals. You saw a lot of the turnovers. There were 13 turnovers in total from Cameroon in the first half. It's got to be a point where they allowed the lead to get, the deficit, excuse me, to get too big. Quebec want to find Hill. There's another foul. It's against Igbanu. That's going to be his second personal.
Well, that's where I worry. Hill, not the biggest guy out there, and just all these bumps and falls, and it's just kind of mileage adding up on your body. You want him as fresh as possible as you get into these knockout stages.
Hill using that ball screen, pulls up for a quick three. It's up, no good. Well, both of them fought for it. One of them could have got it. Nigeria retain it.
Missy unlucky to come down with that. And you see his length and athleticism skying above the rim there for that offensive rebound. And Nigeria that just kind of let these guys on their own try to handle these traps, and it's been a struggle.
Well, that's going to be a jump ball, but Nigeria, possession arrow going in their favor. Josh Okogie just trying to beat down the full court pressure by himself, but now you can see maybe saying to Agata, give him an option.
I think they got to think about, can they flash one of their bigs up right now? They've just left it to the ball handlers to draw the trap, and it's been a little bit of a struggle for Okogie. And this is where we're now seeing not a natural point guard. He's been unbelievable in the half court, but handling this pressure has been a little bit of a struggle for him.
No doubt Cameroon's going to try to put the hands in the passing lanes, but officials don't want to let things get out of hands. That's why they've blown the whistle here. Well, Akabundu is a great option. He can throw the ball as high as possible. He's going to be able to help out.
Well, it's a good entry there. I'd consider that in the full court as well. Just have him flash in there.
Well, Okoye, another three-pointer. 14, Agata got blocked. Came back up with it and found Stan the man.
Okoye 4 for 4 from 3 in this game. Just been a really steady presence for them. Pains me to say he's now a veteran leader on this team, just a young rookie when I had him in 2015 on that championship team, but he's gone on to a great career, playing great basketball here in the tournament.
There's a rest solar eclipse. A missed three-point attempt from the Tigers. Akabundu coming up with the screen. Agata puts up a deep one and an offensive foul. Well, that's not good for Cameroon. Didn't see, it's a kick through, but.
Well, this is my concern. You see Hill still down. This is what I was worried about when he was in the game. 30-point game. You love the fighting spirit there, but just can't afford for him to go down.
Oh. That looks painful. That is a worrying sign. I don't think Agata did any. Oh.
It looked like he might have hyperextended that knee a little bit. This is exactly what my fear was when I saw him out on the court here. You want to be competing, and you admire how hard he's playing, but in a 30-point game, you just can't afford to lose any of your star players. Let's hope that this isn't serious.
Well, thoughts go with, you can see just there, not so much from that, you saw it from the previous replay. And that was my first fear. I was hoping it wasn't a hyperextension, but it did look like it from that previous play. Now watch here, watch.
I just don't want to see that ever. Let's hope he walks off the court here.
He's being held by his teammates. Well, let's hope for the best for Jeremiah Hill. This fantastic player who had a magnificent season last year in France with Alain Chalon. My apologies, but did not look good.
This breaks your heart there. These guys sacrifice so much to play for their national teams. Just the last thing you ever want to see is one of them get hurt there, and especially in a game like this. A game out of reach, 30-point game. Credit to him. He's out there playing hard, trapping, trying to force turnovers. Just hold your breath and pray he's going to be okay from this. But And as you move forward in this game, something definitely to be considering, really, for both teams. You know, some of these starters or guys who play big minutes for you probably should be thinking about just resting them, getting ready for what's coming down the road.
Well, Gobeku's got to come in and be the primary point guard. The question is, where are the points in the backcourt going to come from? As he comes up with it, he's able to finish.
So, you know, now the next player you got to think about is Missy. I mean, already sat out one game earlier. Kind of the same argument to be made. 30-point game right now. A huge piece of what you want to be doing in the next round.
Ateba will fire a three. Not going to go. Simon comes up with it. With both Agata and, of course, Josh Okogie on the bench for Nigeria. I agree with you, Coach. You might want to think about sending Missy to the bench because you still have the play-ins to look up for, and the reality of maybe, and I'm saying maybe because we don't know what's the situation with Jeremiah Hill, but possibly not available for that game.
Yeah, you know, you're hoping the best for him right now. I see the med team coming out with the stretcher, which is not a good sign, but you know, for sure don't want to see Missy go down or anybody go down for an injury, but maybe an opportunity to play Senny, the young center, averaged 15 rebounds per game at the under-19s this summer. Give some of these younger players valuable minutes.
Captain Wamu goes in, throws it down with a one-handed flush. Captain Niger, fantastic.
I like Nwamu with the statement dunk there.
Now Gobekwu goes in. He'll get the and-one. And he'll go to the free throw line. Akobundu trying to follow in. Almost did a... Let's have a look here. Oh, again. Here is Captain Niger, fantastic. Statement dunk, coded by the great Coach Will Voigt.
You see the captain there. He's still ready to play here, and you know, you get into these blowouts here, 6 minutes left in the game, and it's just kind of sloppy play both ends. So might want to consider just going into a zone, playing it safe, trying to avoid anything crazy from happening here over the last 6 minutes.
Still a bit of full court pressure. Ateba and Ayaga trying to put it on. See Okoye just trying to slow it down. Still with 6 minutes to go. 29-point lead currently as it stands. Nwamu. Simon will fire a three. Show comes up with it. It's another foul that's going to be committed. Show's on the ground, but I think that was impact, of course. I think he'll be okay, which is good.
You can see there have been a lot of bodies to hit the floor here the last couple of minutes. Yeah, I like this from Coach Aboya, getting Missy off the floor right now. I would love for him to put Senny into the game, give some of these young guys this opportunity. I can understand what he's thinking, you know, try to get some momentum going heading into this qualification round, but you know, sometimes just a few minutes in an AfroBasket game now for an 18-year-old can pay dividends down the road.
Well, again, let's go right now to Jeremiah Hill. We could just hopefully see he returns this tournament, but just that it's not too serious. As mentioned, a fantastic year. Nwamu, Akobundu, Okoye makes one more pass. Another three goes flying. It's a little too short. Show trying to do the length of the floor. Ateba has made a few threes tonight. Just can't get it to go. But Ayaga following in. Ateba tries again. This time connects.
Great hustle there on the offensive rebound. Second chance for Ateba. And you see Cameroon's not giving up here, still trapping the ball.
I don't think the foul was on the block. I think the foul was on Ebois. Nice little Euro step there. Now I think he's okay. I think that's just impact he's had on that one. He is just favoring his knee, but 5:21 could be a very long time for both these two teams.
I hope he's okay. And at this stage of the game, I think we got to have an under 23 rule. If you're 23 and under years old, you're allowed to play. Anybody over than that, let's get the ice out.
I like that. I like that a lot. But the officials now, I'm not quite sure what they're coming together about, but something is being discussed. Well, a little bit of banter there between Nwamwu and Ateba, nothing serious, but they're going to the monitor to review something, Coach. We'll find out.
Right, we're going to review if the contact meets criteria for unsportsmanlike foul. Ruling on the floor, normal foul. Initial decision, normal foul. Okay. Hey, play for me normal speed, please, Karim. Normal speed, please. Okay. So we've got normal, he goes normal, normal hard, but no follow through. The impact, but no follow through. Yeah. No follow through. Okay. Step by step, go. So he goes normal, normal contact, right, contact above, no follow through. And you're playing the ball in your, so it's not C1, we were looking at for C2. Yeah, play normal speed. And we got him playing the balls. So it's not C1, we don't have C2. Okay, so after the review, initial decision on the floor shall remain personal foul. Give me the time quickly. Time's, it looks correct. 5:02, 5:21. Okay, 5:21. Yeah, it's okay. And the shooter is number 13. All right. Number 13.
Well, there you can see just right in front of us as he exits the building along with the help of both Mute and Yves Missy. Unfortunately, Jeremiah Hill is going to have to get that further examined. Again, we hope the very best for Jeremiah Hill.
Yeah, certainly doesn't look good there, and you just hate seeing that on the floor. 30-point game, playing hard. Credit to him, but just your heart goes out to him.
Another offensive rebound here for Nigeria. Leading this game currently by 26 points. High pass by Nwamwu. Coach should stop telling Stanikoye just to cut closer to him, but well, these things happen, Coach. You're up by 26. You can't afford these kind of turnovers with 5:10 left.
Well, it's been the only area for Nigeria to, I think, get into the film session and try to improve on. They've been so good everywhere else, but these traps that Cameroon has gone to late in the third quarter here in the fourth, they've given them a lot of problems. And, no natural point guard on that roster, so.
Bondu took a shot to the face. Quebec landing very dangerously. And you can see now Nigeria's coaching staff getting ready for some more changes. They're probably going to take Akabundu out of the game. So we don't want to see any more injuries at the moment because, let's have a look here.
Hard landing there, unable to get his hands underneath him to support that fall. And that's definitely going to hurt in the morning. That wasn't quite clear. It looks like Akabono maybe got a hand to the face there at the end.
Well, 4:53 to go. Let's see if these teams can just try to finish this game off. 26-point lead. Cameroon with Quebec can cut it down to a 24-point deficit. Because unfortunately, if Jeremiah is going to be out, he's going to have to play a lot of extensive minutes, and you got to wonder who would be their backup point guard potentially?
Well, no, absolutely. You know, you touched on it right there. These are the things you got to start to consider. Beckham, again, going to have to play big minutes. If he were to go down with an injury, he'd really be up against it. And you know, this trapping, although effective, takes a lot out of your guys. So at some point, you just got to wave the white flag here and move forward.
Cameroon now moving up to 12 points. Nigeria currently 6 players in double figures. Another three-pointer goes flying. Well, it's been a successful night from the perimeter. Just hasn't been a good day overall here for Cameroon. Corey just turning it over, so quadruple change coming in for the Tigers. Igbano along with Nuga subbing into the game, while also Amagbo hasn't featured at all so far tonight. He is into the lineup along with Ugo Simon. Probably a safe bet here for the Tigers.
And you see Lele coming into the game. Beckham coming out. That's the right move there. And also Sene, you see checking in. So, you know, this is absolutely what I would be doing right now. Try to get these young guys some experience. Make sure that your key players moving forward can rest now.
Lele, I believe, is the only player on this Cameroonian national team who's currently playing professional basketball domestically. Because he's averaging 7, and of course, here's the young man that you wanted to see. Played at the FIBA Under-19 World Cup a few months ago in Switzerland. That tough game they had against France.
Well, Amadou Sene, the young talent there, averaged 15 rebounds per game at that Under-19 tournament. So one of the up-and-coming talents that Cameroon has on this national team. So great for him to get some experience here.
Second free throw converted by Show. A bit of pressure coming from Cameroon. Banu now caught the double team. Nigeria just happily pass around Ezeke for 3 in the corner. Simon, big offensive board. Nigeria still fighting for it. Mongo, there a few, he makes another one. Interesting shooting release and technique, but hey, it goes.
He made a couple of big threes in their previous game, and everybody that takes the floor knocking down shots for Nigeria today.
Cameroon responding. Everything at the moment here a consolation. As mentioned, both teams probably just happy to get this game over and done with. Taba comes up. Sane's not going to take the 3. Show kicks out. Lele, he'll fire a 3. And he'll go to the free throw line for the 4-point play.
Lele coming in, knocking down the shot. And these young players getting some valuable experience here in AfroBasket. You never know when your name's going to be called. And whistle here. That's stopping the clock, which is the last thing probably everybody wants to see right now.
Here we go. Finds a Mogbo. Sene just making a presence to avoid the alley-oop, but not enough to stop the bucket. Nigeria trying to match up. Show. It's about an ISO. Taba pulls up for a quick 3. Simon just towering for the rebound. Show comes up with it. Show, whoa, what did we do? It's quite impressive.
Well, he's caught on the wrong foot there.
And Mogbo goes in, finishes with a 2-handed rim rock up. 23-point lead, just under 2.5. Really going for another one, a little too short. Show comes up with it. Down the middle. Let's take a deflection for final seconds. Lele made one, not gonna get a second one. Sene's gonna get called for the over the back. Well, just over 2 minutes. That's a dunk by Amagbo. And a traveling violation. Well, Coach, not quite the exciting game that we anticipated for, but credit down to Nigeria. They were magnificent right from midway through the first quarter. Of course, the unfortunate circumstances in the situation that did happen to Jeremiah Hill, extending his leg.
If you're Nigeria, one area of improvement is going to be these turnovers versus the traps. So once Cameroon started to go to these run and jump traps, it's been a real issue. 8 turnovers here in the fourth quarter. Plus several more right at the end of the third quarter when Cameroon started this. So one area to clean up, but everything else, you just got to be happy if you're Coach Abdul Rahman. I mean, started with their ball pressure, forcing turnovers at the beginning of this game. Obviously shot the ball extremely well, moved the ball extremely well, so a lot to feel confident as they head into the quarterfinals.
Well, Ateba hitting another three-pointer. This stage, as mentioned, just both teams happy to see the clock wind down. They took this one from quite far out. Foul was called off the ball. Cameroon's made 14 three-pointers. That's incredible.
Well, I mean, they've really shot the ball well, so they got to be disappointed. Obviously, likely to give up over 100 points in this game, but shooting close to 44% from 3. Typically, that would lead to a win for them.
Well, they cut that monumental deficit down to 18. So we're under 2 minutes. He wants it in the corner. Simon comes up. Still pressure coming from the Cameroonian players. And there's the foul. That's only going to be the 13th foul against Cameroon here in the fourth quarter with 1:27 left.
Well, Cameroon not giving up. They've stayed with these traps throughout this fourth quarter. And, when you look up, I mean, the score is going to be a lot more respectable than what this game really was. Credit to Cameroon for fighting to the very end.
Nigeria just want to get over the century mark, maybe. Well, there's a turnover.
Another turnover here from Nigeria. Hard time with this defense.
Yaga down the middle, goes in, finishes. 16-point lead, 119. And another traveling violation. I think Nigeria is going to call timeout. It's truly a miraculous game, of course, in which a team who's led by over 30 points have let that lead stumble. Because I think the changes that we saw, Coach, and I hate to keep going back to it, the situation that happened to Jeremiah Hill, I think both Nigeria and Cameroon, because they took Yves Missi out, they don't want to see any more players get injured at this stage.
Well, definitely not. And Nigeria, you just got to take care of the ball. Don't want any kind of negative spillover here. You see Ogbo a little frustrated. And, you've had this tremendous win. You don't want anything to taint that. It looks like Abdul Rahman actually coming back with starters. Bit of a risky move here. They've been on the bench a long time. We keep talking about this risk of injury. Certainly I understand his frustration with the bench and their turnover woes, but minute 16 here, I'm sure they would have found a way to finish this game. So for right now, if you're the starters for Nigeria, just gotta make sure you're not coming out of this game with any sort of injury here right at the very end.
Well, Missy's double-double tonight. Relatively good performance, but Ako Bundu also has displayed some very dominant paint protection. Lele just able to catch that one. Now attacks. There's a kick out. Yaga for 3. Taba comes up. He's fouled in the process, and he'll go to the free throw line. Agata all over him. It can be cut down to a 13-point deficit.
Well, if anybody looks at this score and didn't watch the game, I think the story will not be told from this box score. So, you know, credit Cameroon. They went to that trapping, chipped away at this big lead, but you know, certainly it was Nigeria's day. And right now, just trying to get to the finish line here.
I mean, it's a big victory for them, and we'll see them go to the quarterfinals. But as you mentioned, you can just see the body language of players on the bench, players on the court. It's just been a very, very strange atmosphere for a kind of game like this. But as I said, Nigeria, the way it stands, 104, leading by 15, potentially 14 if Ateba can't make this free throw. They should be able to wrap this up. Ateba makes the third one. 16 points tonight. Kabundu, no need to rush.
And you see Koji, the veteran. He has another turnover.
Ateba, another three goes in. Sonny battles. And all of a sudden, 12-point ball game, 48 seconds left. Trying to pressure this backcourt. Trying to get over the halfway line. Just avoiding that 8-second violation. And Lamu will go for three, number 16. Cameroon just keep battling. Show wants to go the way. Eurostep, Lele, pump fakes. Ateba, wide open, three, got it. And had that deficit been slightly smaller, coach, incredible, they can get back to single digits.
Well, credit Cameroon. Amazing effort here. Again, this score is going to be extremely misleading, but they battled back, made it interesting there down the stretch.
The Tigers heading to the quarterfinals of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. They led by over 30 points. Cameroon battled back, but they lose 99-90. Well, a very interesting game. A game in which we do send our regards to Jeremiah Hill, hoping he is okay, because he did go down with a big injury. But the Tigers, they built that monumental lead. I see respect being shown, but I think the officials just would be happy to see both teams go to their respective benches.
Yeah, very strange ending. Really the last 6 minutes of this game. Cameroon trapping, clawing their way back into it, but had a very strange feel to it. A lot of guys on the floor, you just kind of holding your breath, hoping nobody got hurt. And even the way the game ended, the referee potentially trying to bring everybody out to play the last second. To your point, had a weird vibe to it for the last 6 minutes there, but you know, if you're Nigeria, you can't let the way that this game finished take away how brilliant you were for 3 quarters, certainly 2.5 quarters of this game.
Well, the Tigers, as mentioned, 10 long years since they won the FIBA AfroBasket with you as head coach. But that could change. Akoji, Okoye, Agata, Akobundu, and even Captain Niger Fantastic Nwamu. Who knows? There's some great teams in this competition. It could be the Tigers summer. It could be a second FIBA AfroBasket championship. They'll get a few days rest. They are heading to that quarterfinals. For Cameroon, they're going to the play-ins, a game in which they'll have to win to get to the quarterfinals. And they get the love and support from their fans. The fans who made the journey here to Angola for the 31st edition of the FIBA AfroBasket. That wraps it up for group play here. Stan Okoye, your former player, had a terrific night from the perimeter. 30 combined 3-point field goals made out of 72. That's quite a big number for international basketball, coach.
Well, both these teams knocking down perimeter shots, and who would have thought Nigeria would not end up over 100 points here? You know, credit Cameroon really being scrappy there down the end, found something with the trapping, and you know, a lot for Nigeria to feel good about. For Coach Abdul Rahman, I think that's the challenge. You know, you had to come in with your starters there at the very end, so sometimes that can steal the joy of the victory. But hopefully they can focus on the positives here and carry that forward into the quarterfinals.
Because we came into this day knowing that the winner between Tunisia and Madagascar would be who goes to the play-ins, and the winner of this game would go to the quarterfinals. And we anticipated that they would be relatively close games. That just wasn't the case.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Credit to Nigeria. I mean, they played as well as any team we've seen in this tournament in the first half and really for much of the third quarter. So, you know, they came out with a lot of intensity. Their ball pressure causing a lot of problems for Cameroon. Able to force turnovers, get out in transition where they're at their best.
Well, a great win for the Tigers. Of course, searching for that second FIBA AfroBasket championship. Ateba tonight led all scorers for Cameroon, but unfortunately, it was a case of it just being a little too late. So Cameroon will have to wait for an update to see how Jeremiah Hill is. And like I said, we hope he's okay. Landing and trying to contest a three-pointer from Caleb Ogata, potentially overextending his knee. But here's the play in the transition, the dunk by Mugbo, excuse me. But the Tigers will win. They're heading to the quarterfinals. And a very tough 2021 FIBA AfroBasket. But the Tigers look like they're back. Look, like I said, it's very uncommon to see a team convert 15 three-point field goals and lose. But I guess the one positive when you're down by over 30 points and you find a way to cut it to single digits, and like I said, you can talk about positive, but looking at the results here, Tunisia winning, booking their tickets to the play-ins, Cape Verde winning, and of course right now, Cote d'Ivoire up against Congo DR. That game taking place in Namibia. If you are watching on courtside 1891, you can swap over and watch that game. Final game of the group stage. Well, Coach, any thoughts? We're heading into the play-ins.
Well, you know, this is when it's really going to get fun. All the pressure on these teams now as they move forward. I think there's going to be some really interesting matchups as we get into, you know, these next rounds. So for a lot of these teams, no clear-cut favorite. You know, obviously Angola playing at home, what we've seen from them, but lucky to come away with the win against South Sudan last night. So anybody on any given day could lose.
Well, from myself, Josh Bett, and head coach Will Voigt, we thank you for joining us. We will see you for the play-ins, but for now, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless.